Good morning. Welcome to winter. And as I said in my note last night, I was talking about having skin in the game, which just came to me out of wherever, the blue, but it's true. It's not just about yoga. How much skin do we have in the game of life? As we get older, we start thinking about what is it that really matters and what's important. But meanwhile, of course, that these are big questions, and they're not easy to answer, and you don't have to answer them. We shouldn't feel pressure, because that pressure doesn't help us come up with our raison d'etre, our hopes and our desires for what we will learn in this lifetime, and how we might share that learning and just bring more kindness. And it's interesting, you know, I've just finished the One of a Kind. 25 years, never once thought kind. Of course it's about artists, but the word kind. And just so you know, so that's why I say no pressure, no hurry, because it won't help. It actually creates a cramp in our brains when we put pressure on ourselves. We just have to breathe and exhale, because breathing is called inspiration, respiration, but really you're inspiring. Okay, enough of that. So what I did want to just talk about before we get started is the skin and the lymphatic system. Now, they're separate, but the skin has 3 layers. It's an epidermis, a dermis, and a hypodermis. And it's really, it is called an organ. It is a complete and unique and living structure, and it has many purposes. Yoga is a science that heals from the inside out. Obviously, our skin is the outermost layer. And just quickly, I wanted to go through, you know, the skin provides protection. It actually contains secretions that kill bacteria. Obviously, temperature regulation. If it's really cold, our blood vessels constrict in the layer of the dermis. So just to, you know, keep some of the warmth inside. Obviously, sensation, touch, pressure, temperature. Vitamin D production. When it's exposed to the sun, the skin will produce vitamin D. Right about now, unless you're heading to Florida or somewhere sunny, please do take vitamin D on a daily basis. And it does seem to me that the price we pay for our supplements will indicate the level of efficacy. I don't think they're charging a lot of money for nothing, and I don't think the inexpensive ones are doing quite the same job. But suffice to say, we have to live with our budgets. So water balance, the skin prevents dehydration. So it's a barrier. Metabolism, and this is interesting, I didn't really know this. The skin converts glucose, a form of carbohydrate, into lactate, which is released into the blood for energy. Now, thickest skin, palms, soles of our feet, and our backs. And it's interesting because you have that expression, boy, they got a thick skin, or you need to thicken your skin. That's another topic for another day. Dry skin brushing. Now, I do this fairly regularly. I also use it to scratch the middle of my back, but you can feel these afterwards. They're all different kind of levels of firmness and hardness, but point being, the skin is always exfoliating, but we should help it along, because the skin is where we release a lot of toxins. We release waste through our breath, through tears, through obviously the toilet, but this is really great. And this leads me, so these are the 3 things I use. Also too, and I'll talk about this in a bit, but that's a little neti pot, because I'm going to talk about some of the practices. Dry skin brushing actually comes out of Ayurveda, which is the science of life aspect of yoga. So Ayur means science, and Veda means life. So now, the reason I want to move on to the lymph system is because you're not just exfoliating dead skin. The lymph requires exercise in order, like the heart is the pump for blood, but the exercise and gravity are the pump for lymph. And the lymph system is your first line of defense against disease. Is it getting warm in here? Because if it is, let me know if it does, okay? Because it can get pretty hot. Having said that, sweating is the best form of detox. And when people in the summertime keep air conditioning on, I get it a little bit. But you know what? Sweating is one of the best ways to detox. And to that end, I mean, some people have saunas and they do it all the time. Very healthy. So the lymph transports a range of antibodies and specialized white blood cells. And you probably all know that. And it fights disease. It's a fluid that flows in all of our organs. But if we don't exercise, twist, bend, invert, then that lymph gets stuck. And inside of the lymph is all the waste products that our body would be better off eliminating. So to that end, again, yoga is an opportunity to heal from the inside out. And with those few words, let's get started on our backs, please. Draw your knees up into your chest. And just do a little rocking from side to side. Just checking in with your lower back. You might also make circles. We're just warming things up here. But compression, of course, is one of the major methods for moving lymph out of the body. And then release your left leg down in front. But when you release your left leg down in front, can you bend at the knee? Try to make your thigh lie on the floor with the knee bent so that the lower part of the leg is almost perpendicular to the end of your mat. So your knee is very bent. We're just going to do a little bit of hip work here. So your right knee is still bent. Right knee is still bent. Place your right hand underneath your right thigh. So right where the knee and the crevice at the back of the leg. Take the leg, the right knee out to the right side and extend the leg. And bend the leg. Your left hand can be resting on your left hip bone, just to kind of add a little bit of weight to keep your pelvis even and balanced. So extend the right leg. You're holding behind the thigh with your right hand. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. 2 more times, please. Inhale, straighten that leg. You can feel a lot of muscles working here, but just exhale, bend. And now take the left hand to the outside of your right bent knee and draw it across your body. And extend your right arm out to the right side. And just breathe into whatever part of your body may be resisting, may be tight. Also, always practice with awareness, respect, and compassion for where you're at this morning or at any time. And then inhale, bring the knee back to center, and then straighten the leg. And again, interlock your fingers behind your right thigh. So your fingers are interlocked behind your right thigh. You're going to exhale and bend the leg. Inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. So we're inverting the leg. Gravity is pulling the lymph out of the cells in the leg, the ankles, the feet. Exhale, bend. One more time. Inhale, straighten the leg. Now straighten the leg that was on the floor. Release your hands to the side of your body, palms facing down. Let your leg be very long and strong as you lower it. So keep lengthening the leg, making it longer, stronger, slowly releasing all the way back down. Inhale in place. Exhale. Let's draw the knees back up in towards the chest. And now release your right leg down to the floor, but you're going to bend the knee. The bottom of your right leg should be somewhat parallel to the bottom of your mat. So the knee is bent. Now, if you're able to keep your knee in line with your hip, fine, on the right side. But please don't fuss about that because it's an incredible internal rotation for you, or external. And, you know, our hips are pretty solid joints that maybe need a little more work before we can make that parallel. Now, left hand underneath left thigh. You're going to take the knee out to the side, and you're going to straighten the leg on an inhale. Exhale, bend. Place your right hand on your right hip. Inhale to straighten. Exhale to bend. Inhaling to straighten. You're warming up those hamstrings. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale and straighten. Exhale, bend. One more time. Inhale to straighten. Exhale to bend. And then bring that knee back into the center. Interlock your fingers behind the back of your left thigh. Inhale to straighten the leg. Feel those hams firing. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. And now straighten the leg that's on the mat. Release your hands to your side. Really kind of lift that leg out of the joint, your left leg, and then make it longer and stronger, and slowly releasing the leg towards the floor. Inhaling in place, exhale, and now inhales. Stretch your arms over your head and imagine that's a big yawn for your body. Stretching, exhale, releasing. Leave your arms over behind your head. One more time. Inhale, big yawn for the body. And you can exhale through your mouth. And then bring your knees up in towards your chest. We'll rock up to a seated position, but if that's not okay, roll over onto your side and use your top arm to press yourself up. So we're going to do a bit of a flow of Navasana and stretch, and I'll just show you. You're going to love it. Maybe not. Okay, so here's Navasana, and then you're going to stretch. And then you're going to bring your knees in, and you're going to stretch and smile. Inhale. Yep, you might roll and fall down. That's okay. Shh. Shh. So again, squeezing lymph out of the inner body. So you're actually lowering the upper body down to a point. And that will do. Draw your knees into your chest. Take your arms out to the side, lower both knees over to the left. Turn your head to the right and breathe. Inhale to the center. Exhale to the knees to the right. Turn your head to the left. Inhale, back to center. Once again, we're going to roll up or roll over onto our sides to come up and come on over onto all fours. So we're going to do cat-cow a little bit differently because the idea here is to stimulate the lymph, get it out from all the little crevices. As I said, it's in between every single cell in your body and surrounds your organs. So here's what we're going to do. Cat-cow, normally we're stable, but we're going to come into a cat by taking our hips back towards our heels, stretch your arms out in front, and then we're going to come into cow, hollowing out the lower back. Exhale into cat. So you're rounding your back as you bring your hips towards your heels. Inhaling, hollow out the lower back, draw your heart center forward, lengthening through the upper body. Exhale, round the back. Inhale, hollow out the lower back. Exhale into cat. So you're rounding the spine, round, round, round. Inhale into cow. So you're letting the belly drop, lifting tail, lifting chin. Exhale. Last time, cat. And inhale, cow. And coming back to neutral, threading the needle. Inhale, sweep the right arm up, reach up, stretch up. Exhale, float it under, reach. And then inhale, sweeping up. Exhale, floating under. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, thread the needle. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, threading. And place that hand under the shoulder. Let's do the other side. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, thread. Inhale, up. Exhale, thread. Inhale, up. Exhale, threading. 2 more times. Inhaling, up. Exhale. Inhale through the nose unless you're plugged. Exhale through the mouth or the nose. And coming back to center. And let's take a modified child's pose, bringing the knees to the outside of your mats. Big toes touch. Flatten the tops of your feet. Take your time if you experience foot cramping here. And slowly draw your hips back towards your heels. Release your torso between your thighs. And then, if you need, create a pillow by folding one forearm over top of the other. Or if it's comfortable, release your forehead onto the mat with your arms out in front. Breathing into your side and your back ribs. Remember, 60 to 70% of oxygen and breath moves through the side and back ribs, stretching the rib cage, the intercostal muscles. And inhale, coming up. Draw your knees underneath your hips. Curl your toes under. Move your hands a little bit further forward, and let's come up into a downward dog, and let's walk the dog. So one knee bent, one leg straight, and on a breath, change when you're ready. Inhaling as you switch, exhaling to complete the change of one leg straight, one bent. Check in with your neck here. Give your head a swing. Make sure your neck is relaxed. You're not holding that bowling ball, aka your head up. You're just letting it hang off your cervical vertebra. Giving your cervical vertebra a break from looking down at a screen. Changing again, feel the stretch through the calf, the back of the knee, and the Achilles tendon. Last time changing. And then walk your feet towards your hands and let your upper body just hang in this forward fold. Please let your head hang as well. Bend your right leg. Your left will be straight. Bend your right leg. Place your right hand on your left instep. So on the instep of the straight leg. And then inhale and sweep your left arm up. Reaching up, stretching up, looking up. But eyes can be closed if you prefer. Exhale, float that arm down. Okay, let's change. Bend the left leg, straighten the right. Left hand goes on right instep. Inhale, sweep the right arm up, reaching up, stretching up. Exhale, float the arm down. Keep your knees soft. Let your head and your arms hang. And slowly roll up one vertebra at a time, letting your head be the last thing to come up. And give yourself a good shake out. And we'll come up to the fronts of our mats for 4 rounds of sun salutations. Sun salutations works everything. If you only did sun salutations every day, you'll be tip-top Magoo. Inhaling in place, exhale, hands in prayer. Step your feet apart, arms up, reach up, look up, arcing back. Keep length in your spine. Inhale, bring your feet back towards one another, lift out of your waist, reach with your arms forward as you hinge from your hips. Let your upper body hang, fingertips touch the floor. If you need to, you're going to bend your knees. Your fingertips need to be on the floor. Step your left leg back, drop your knee to the mat. Bring your hands onto your front thigh. Curl your toes under. Lift your back knee off the floor and press through the heel. That will anchor you and focus your gaze. Keep pressing through that back heel, stretching the back leg. Turn your hands forward, activate your fingers, spread them apart to distribute the weight, coming into your push-up or plank position. Any wrist or shoulder issues, your knees are going to be on the mat, and you may wish to cross your ankles. You can take the weight off the front of the body. There's no gain with any pain in yoga. If you are in your full plank position, visualize a zipper from your pelvis to your sternum and zip it up. Pressing all 10 fingers into the mat, your neck should align with your spine. Press through the heels of your feet, reach through the crown of your head. Practicing plank position regularly will increase your strength fairly quickly. Release your knees, flatten the tops of your feet, leave your hands where they are, and take your hips back towards your heels. Stretching, lengthening. Leave your hands where they are. Release your forearms and elbows. Keep your bum up as you come very low, slowly towards the top of your mat, lowering your chest and chin when you're able. Slide everything out behind you. Draw your fingertips to align with the tops of your shoulders. Elbows into your side body. Press your forearms down towards the floor. Roll an invisible alley with your nose to lengthen your neck until you're looking straight down at your mat. On an inhale, you're pressing your hips and pelvis into the floor, lifting head, neck, shoulders, and chest off the floor without using your hands. This is excellent. Back bending serves to purge the adrenals and the kidneys of toxins and waste. Basically, impurities. Inhale, lifting up. More if you can. Exhale, come on all the way down. Curl your toes under. You can come up onto your knees first or press right up into your Adho Mukha Svanasana. Walk your feet a few inches forward and then bend your knees. Press your belly onto your thighs, chest towards knees. Align your ears with your inner arms and then press your heels towards the floor and feel that stretch in the backs of your legs. In order to take more of the weight out of the front of the body, you need to press your sits bones towards the back of your mat. Lift your left leg up in the air, tip it over to the right, look under your right armpit, bring it back behind you, and then look at your left hand, swing that foot as far forward as you can. And if it doesn't go very far, you can always drop the other knee, pick the foot up at the ankle, and bring it to the front. And then bring the other leg forward, let your upper body hang. Arms in front, aligned with your ears. Engage your thighs by lifting up on your kneecaps. Pull your belly buttons in. Inhale, sweep up. Feet apart for balance, look up. Arc back. Inhale, feet come back together. Lift up out of your waist. Exhale, forward fold, bend your knees. Inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. Exhale, Anjali Mudra, hands to heart. Second round. Inhale, exhale, hands in prayer. Step your feet apart, reach up, look up, arc back. Inhale, feet come together, lift out of your waist. Exhale, reach forward as you fold. Let your heads hang. Step your right leg back, drop your knee to the mat. Bring your hands onto your front left thigh. Focus your gaze in front. Inhale, lift up. Press through that heel. Don't let your upper body lean forward. Shoulders stay over hips. Sweep the arms up. Fingers are active. They are alive. Press through that back heel. That will help you hold this posture and feel solid. Focusing your gaze. Hands turn forward, spread your fingers apart, bring them to the mat. Take your best, healthiest, most beneficial plank position, whether it's full plank or partial. Reach through the crown of your head, or if you want to change up in the middle of things, that's fine as well. Always know you have permission to do what you feel is serving your body today. Feel your core engaging, pressing all 10 fingers into the mat, shoulders away from the ears, reach through the crown of your head, release your knees, flatten the tops of your feet, take your sits bones back towards your heels, kind of a little break here. But the compression is activating the flow of lymph. Remember, it's your first line of defense against dis-ease. Good deep inhaling and exhaling. Another way to detox. So, Hands stay where they are. Release your forearms and elbows. Keep your bum high, chest low. Slowly come forward. And then release your chest and chin with your bums up. Slide everything out behind you. Draw your fingertips back to align with the edges of your shoulders. Release your forehead to the mat. We're going to come into Cobra again. If you want to attempt the fuller expression, you may wish to separate your feet and roll your baby toe to press into the mat. It broadens your sacral area. And then roll an invisible alley with your nose. We'll all begin in baby cobra, where we're using our back muscles to lift off the floor. And then if you want to try, press the floor away from you. Keep your wrists, your elbows, and your shoulders aligned. Don't let elbows wing out. Don't let shoulders come up. You probably need to keep a bend in your elbows. One more breath in. Exhale, lengthen as you lower. Draw your feet back in towards one another and curl your toes under. On an inhale, lift your hips up. Walk your feet a few inches forward. Bend your knees. Press your belly onto your thighs. Press your chest towards your knees. Align your ears with your inner arms. And then press your heels towards the floor. Feel the stretch in the backs of your legs. Feel the energy flowing through your body. And then lift the right leg up behind you. Tilt it over to the left. Look at your foot. Bring it back behind you. And then look at your right hand and swing that foot as far forward as you can. Or drop the opposite knee. Pick the foot up at the ankle and move the foot to the front and draw the other foot there as well. Let your upper body just hang. Give your head a swing. Arms beside your ears. Pull your bellies in. Engage your thighs by lifting up on your kneecaps. Sweep the arms in front. Feet apart for balance. Look up, arc back. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees. Inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. Exhale, hands to prayer. So we'll do one more round on each side, a little bit quicker. Inhale, exhale, hands in prayer. Step your feet apart, arms up, reach out. Tech guys praying that it's almost over. Inhale, bring your feet back together, lift up out of your waist, reach forward, let your heads hang. Step your left leg back, drop the knee to the mat. Hands on your front right knee. Inhale, press through the heel, sweep the arms up. Fingers are active, turn them forward, bring them to the mat. Taking your push-up or plank position. Breathing, feeling stronger, keep breathing, do not hold your breath. Release your knees, flatten the tops of your feet so your toes are pointing backwards, and then take your hips back. And stretching your spine, stretching through your shoulders, your wrists, your arms. Leave your hands where they are, and keep your bum high as your upper body stays low and comes forward. Slide everything out behind you. Align your fingertips with the top of your shoulders, elbows into your side body, and press your forearms down towards the floor. Roll an invisible alley. On an inhale, without using your hands, you're lifting your head, your neck, your shoulders, and your chest. So there are many, many benefits here. All your back bends support better alignment of your spine, that they strengthen the muscles. We talked about a lot of these last week, your latissimus dorsi, your erector spinae, and it doesn't matter if you know the names, everything's happening whether you know it or not. And then curl your toes under, lift your hips up, walk your feet just a few inches forward, bend your knees, belly to thighs, chest to knees. Align your ears with your inner arms, press your heels to the floor. And then lift your left leg up, Look at your left hand, swing that foot forward, other leg forward. Let your upper body hang, arms beside your ears, engage your thighs, pull your bellies in to protect your lower back, sweep the arms in front, feet apart for balance, look up, arc back. Inhale, stretch up, exhale, forward fold, let your heads hang, bend your knees, sweep the arms out to the side, hands in prayer, exhale. Last round, everybody. And we get to lay down for a moment. Inhale, exhale, feet apart, reach up, arc back. Inhale, feet come back, stretch and lift out of your waist. Exhale, forward fold, let your heads hang. Step your right leg back, hands on your left knee. Focus your gaze. Inhale, press through that back heel. Inhale, sweep up. Turn your hands forward, bring them to the mat. Come on into your push-up plank position. Reaching through the crown of your head, pressing through your heels, engaging your core, feeling stronger. Release your knees, flatten the tops of your feet, toes pointing backwards. Take your hips back to your heels. Release your forearms and elbows. Slowly come forward, chest and chin on the mat. Slide everything out behind you. Bring your fingertips back to align with the tops of your shoulders, forehead on the mat. You may wish to spread your feet a little wider apart. On an inhale, roll the invisible alley, lifting head, neck, and shoulders without using your hands. You may stay here or press the floor away from you, coming up into the fuller expression of Bhujangasana, Cobra. Breathing in, eyes rolling up towards your third eye. Eyes can be open or closed. Exhale, lengthen as you lower. Draw your feet back towards one another. Curl your toes under. Lift your hips up. Walk your feet a few inches forward. Bend your knees. Press your belly to your thighs. Chest to knees. Heels to the mat. Towards the mat. They do not need to be on the mat. Lift your right leg up. Look at your right hand. Swing the foot forward. Other leg forward. Upper body hangs, arms beside ears, pull your bellies in, sweep the arms up, feet apart for balance, arc back. Inhale, stretch up, exhale, forward fold, bend your knees, inhale, sweep the arms out to the side, hands together, exhale, prayer. Take a sip of water and lie down for a moment. That was fun, huh? Oh, now, so we take this little break, Shavasana, so that the benefits of what you have just done can be uploaded, integrated, and of course it gives you an opportunity to gather your energy. Arms can be wherever feels good, but if with your palms facing up feels okay, this helps to open up the front of the body, the chest, lengthening through the collarbones, and just allow your breath to find its rhythm. No forcing here. Becoming aware of the length of your exhalation, perhaps making it a little longer. Even if you know what Ujjayi breathing is, which is where we kind of narrow the space at the back of the throat, and we make kind of like a hissing sound, or the sound you would hear in a conch shell. So it's kind of if you were trying to create fog on your mirror. This is a very, it's a purifying breath, it's an energizing breath, but it's also a calming breath, and it alkalizes, helps to alkalize the blood to practice Ujjayi breathing. So you can make that sound both in and out, but it might be easier for you to learn and practice on the way out. Make that exhalation a little bit longer. when we rest the body and disconnect thinking by focusing on the breath, we begin to awaken our parasympathetic nervous systems, which is the aspect that helps to heal, restore, balance the body and the mind. Physical balance is great, but mental and emotional balance might be more important for maintaining equilibrium in the face of adversity, difficulty, challenge. So a couple more deep breaths in and full deep breath out. All the air out. Inhaling fully and exhaling completely. Okay. Hopefully everybody has either a cushion or a block. We're going to attempt shoulder stand. Now, if some of you feel not inclined to practice shoulder stand, that's fine. Because where we're actually going to start, so I'm putting a block under my sacrum, so below the waist, in the middle height. And then I want us just to raise our legs up. Now, guys, if you have and want to get one of the cushions in the cupboard, it's much more comfortable than a block. So I'm going to put my Runa, and we should be comfortable. Why not? We deserve it. So, but if you only have a block, it's better than nothing. But a firm cushion is a little more comfortable. Arms are beside the body. You're lifting your legs up into the air. Just by inverting the legs here, again, we're draining the lymph that can pool in the ankles and the feet. And then while we're up here, let's point the feet and flex. Point and flex. Point and flex. And point and flex. Now, have a look. Are your feet basically right above your hips? And maybe they might even be over your lower abs. So really want your feet up straight and as high as you can possibly get them while you're being supported here. And then let's make circles with the feet, but try to isolate. It's just the feet and ankles that are moving. Nothing else is moving. But the further towards your head, towards the top of your mat that your feet are, change the direction, you'll start to engage some of your core abdominal muscles as well. And let's just point and flex again. Point, flex, point, flex, point, and flex. Now, for those of you who know right now you're not interested in practicing the shoulder stand today, that's fine. Keep the support underneath your sacrum, and you can take your legs wide apart, you can bend them, just play around, maybe make big circles. And for those of you who are going to attempt shoulder stand, remove whatever you have underneath your sacrum. Arms are beside your body, your feet are flat on the floor, and you can stay, you can try this. Lift your hips up and lift them halfway over behind your head. So keep your knees bent, you're supporting your lower back here. And if you're going to come up into the higher position, you're walking your hands up towards your waist. And then you're going to straighten your legs, coming into shoulder stand. You're supporting at the hips, and if any time you need to come out, you can drop your knees towards your head and slowly roll out. But if you need to straighten your position even a little bit more, bring your hands a little bit further up your back. Release your left knee down towards your left ear and back up. Right knee to right ear, back up. Take your legs wide apart and slowly lower your legs over behind your head. Inhale, back up. Wide leg, plow pose, lower the legs. Inhale, up. Bring them back together. Both knees bent to the left side of the head. Up. Both knees bent to the right side. Back up. Wide leg plow pose once again. Release your hands to the floor. And with control, slowly release your torso. And then, if you like, keep your legs straight and lower them all the way back down onto your mats. And with your arms beside your body, inhale in place. Exhale. One more breath in. Exhale. Draw the right knee up into your chest. Place your left hand on the outside of the right knee and take it over to your left side. Inhale, come back to center. Draw the left knee up, extend the right leg down in front. Place your right hand on the outside of your left knee. Bring it over to the right side. Back to the center. Bring the right knee up, and then place your feet on the edges of your mat with your knees bent. Take your arms out to the side, shoulder height. Palms can be facing up or down, whatever feels best for your shoulders here. Drop both knees over to the left. Inhale, up. Exhale, over to the right. Kind of like windshield wipers. Inhale, center. Exhale, to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, to the right. Coming back to the center, we're going to roll up again. So either placing your hands underneath the backs of your thighs to roll up, or come over onto your side. Come onto all fours. Bring your right knee forward. And if you don't have a knee cushion, you can always fold your mat over and create extra cushioning with your mat. I have enough fat on my knees to not bother them. Anyway, curl your back toes under. Now, we're going to bring the left elbow to the outside of the right knee. You're going to open your palm and then place the other hand on top, and you're going to try and make a mirror image. So your elbow's coming right to your knee, June. Okay. Yeah, look, that's very cute. You look like Rudolph with things, but no. So your right knee is forward. Then take your other elbow, your left elbow, that one, and bring it. Can you bring it right to the outside of your knee? Yeah, now you're not going to hold your head. Look, open your palm. You got it. Good. Okay, now you can stay here or with your back toes curled under. Focus your gaze on the floor. Lift your back knee off the floor. Twist this position. You're sending your right hip back, left hip slightly coming forward. Good work. Then release your hands to the floor. Take that right foot back. Walk your doggy. Relax your neck. Drop your knees to the floor. Now you're going to bring your left foot forward. Left foot forward. Now you're going to bring your, so that goes under your knee. That pad should go under your knee, June. Under your knee. That's the idea for the mat. Yeah, protect your knee. And then bring your right elbow. So left foot is forward. Bring your opposite elbow. So you got it. And then bring the other hand on top. Sideways prayer with your arms. Focus your gaze on the floor. Lift your back knee off the floor. Again, press through that right heel. Focus your gaze. You don't need to look sideways. Look at the floor. But do try to take your left hip back and your right hip forward. So your hips are level, parallel. And bring your hands to the floor and actually, let's spread our legs wide apart, turn sideways. I'm going to turn around. So your legs are wide apart on your mat, wide apart. We're going to do a couple of seated poses before we wrap this up. But feet are wide apart, fingertips are tented below your face. Your back is long and flat. You're going to inhale, reach the left arm up, sweep it up. Twist, maybe look up. Exhale, float it down. Inhale, sweep the other arm up, reaching up, stretching up. Exhale, float it down. And now walk your feet in towards one another, and let's come into a seated posture. For one forward bend and one twist. Really going to do some house cleaning with this lymph business. Pull your your flesh away from your sits bone, sitting up nice and tall. Now, if sitting up tall isn't possible for, if you have to bend your lower back, then you know what? Bend your knees a bit. That'll help you bring your sternum forward and sit up nice and tall. If you're able to sit up tall with your legs straight, great. If not, please bend at the knees. Okay. Inhale, sweep the arms up, reaching up, stretching up. Lift up out of your waist, lead with your hearts, lengthen your torso. It's not important how far down you go. What is important is that you're lengthening, stretching, reaching, and then if your feet are flexed because your legs are straight, let your hands land on your shins, your ankles, or if you can, capture your toes or the side of your feet. Don't force or try to effort yourself into folding forward. Use your breath. Help to soften, to kind of relax into this stretch rather than fight your way into it. Using your breath, relaxing. One more breath in, reaching through the crown. Exhale, maybe folding a little more. Maybe it's just a thought. And then walk your hands up your leg. Great. And then bang out the backs of your legs. And we'll do one twist. So take your left foot. Place it outside of your right knee. Interlock your fingers 2 inches below. Pull your torso right up against your thigh if you can. So you're sitting up nice and tall. You can feel your sits bones connecting. Place your left hand behind you. Inhale the right arm up, reaching up, stretching up. Exhale. If you can, you're bringing your elbow to the outside of your knee. If that's not available, then you're wrapping your elbow around your knee. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, twisting. Here's where you might want to close your eyes or softly focus, called drishti. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, release and counter twist. Exhale, back to the center. Straighten the bent leg. Again, bang out the backs of the knees. Place the other foot right beside the knee, flat on the floor. Interlock your fingers 2 inches below. Pull and snuggle your torso right up against your thigh if you can. Flex the foot of the straight leg. And then place your right hand behind you to prop yourself up. Inhale the left. Exhale, twist and turn. Again, elbow can be either outside the knee or around, whatever's working best for you today. So twist positions, especially this one, is like wringing a face cloth. Wringing out a face cloth, releasing all manner of impurities, wastes, toxins from the body. So it's important to drink water after this class, flush things out. And remember, the lymph and the blood, they're fluids. The blood's about 70% water. If we are dehydrated, nothing's working as well. You can add lemon to your water, lime, herbs to your water if you don't find water interesting to drink. One more breath in to lengthen. Exhale, twist, and to the other side. Do take a sip of water if you like, and then lie down and play dead. Just for a moment. Shavasana, flat out and relaxing. It's also known as corpse pose, so that's why I say play dead. But you are doing your body a favor to now allow it to relax and absorb the benefits of what you have done. Eyes are closed. Separate the biting surfaces of the teeth and relax the jaw. Palms are facing up in the open and receiving position. The body is soft and heavy. The quote, "As we think, so we become," is attributed to Buddha, who said, "The thought manifests as the word. The word manifests as the deed. The deed develops into habit, and habit hardens into character. So watch the thought and its ways with care, and let it spring from love, born out of concern for all beings. As the shadow follows the body, as we think, so we become." Focusing on your breathing. allowing your exhalation to be twice as long as your inhalation. This has a powerful effect on your nervous system. When our minds are calm, our bodies are calm. Let's inhale the life force long, full, and deep. And deep exhaling. Inhaling very, very deep. And deep exhaling. Stretch the arms over behind the heads, reaching, stretching like a big yawn for the body. Point feet far, flex and point, and drop your arms down by your side. Take your time when you're ready to roll over onto your side. You might spend just a moment with your arm underneath your head, your knees bent in a semi-fetal position. Thinking about how you feel inside your skin. And when you're ready, use your top arm to press yourself back into a seated position. And if you wished, you can join me in chanting Om just once. Your mouth is open in the beginning, the lips are together at the end. Feel the vibration through the throat, the heart center. Inhaling together. Om Shanti. Peace out. Have a great day, everybody. Namaste. Salutations, prosperity, miracles, source, many thanks to all saints. Is that good? You're so welcome. Hey, every week I have these forms about the revitalization of the Scarborough Bluffs, which I find interesting because it sounds to me like we're manipulating what nature does best. But anyway, and basically these forms are just saying, are you aware of what is going on? So it's not, you're not protesting anything yet. It's just to let people know that that you don't really understand it, and I don't understand it. There is talk about it.